Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody to the Aspiring Authors Lab Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach, and I have taught hundreds of women how to be successful writing their books in order to generate a revenue. And that's something that I love teaching, to anybody who's willing to learn. So hit the share button and share this broadcast out with your friends. This month we've been talking about building self confidence for authors, building up your self confidence, letting you see yourself on the other side of that obstacle that may be holding you back. And today we're going to talk about mindset, wealthy or poor. Wealthy or poor, that mindset. Now, if you have made that decision to develop a rich mindset when it comes to your finances, your um, beliefs, your feeling about money, you have examined your attitude, think about those things. Because when opportunity knocks, do you notice opportunities that could lead to earning or getting more money? Think about that for a minute. And if so, do you act on them? Do you execute? Think about an opportunity you took advantage of recently. If you don't notice opportunities or act on them, why not? Why not? What's holding you back? I'm going to tell you to be ready to move into opportunities because opportunities surround you each and every day. Do you remember? Let me tell you this. Do you remember last year when everything was on lockdown and people were staying home? Now, this was a perfect opportunity to write that book and get your book out there in the marketplace. A perfect opportunity. Just think of all the subjects according to your expertise, your education, your experiences, and your passion. Think of all of those things that you could have written about. Because I'm going to tell you, there's so much inside of you that you don't even think about. But when you begin executing and start writing your book, thank you for joining me today. Those things will just flow out of you. Now I'm going to tell you, book buying has increased. It has sharply increased, whether it's a print book or whether it's an ebook, because people were stuck at home and they were searching for some type of entertainment. And it's not always watching movies or watching TV. They were looking for something. They were looking for something because they were bored. And I'm going to tell you, opportunities are still here. They're still there because there's no going back to how it used to be. Okay? You got to get that in your mindset. There's no going back to how it used to be because this is a dawn of a new era. Thank you for joining me today. It's time for us to all embrace this new era and embrace this change. It's not going back, y'all. It's not going back. Ladies, let me tell you, change is good when you understand the forward movement of progression. Don't be afraid. In order to grow, you have to move forward. So move into change. Because if not, you'll stay there. When you fear something, you'll stay there. You'll become stagnant. And progression is constantly happening. Things are constantly going forward. So who will suffer? You will be the only one who will suffer from not moving forward. You know, many things have changed in a small window of time. And we should never be afraid, okay, to move into the direction of change. Methods and strategies that used to work in the past are no longer acceptable. Thank you for joining me today. They either don't exist anymore or they're slowly being phased out. So we have to adjust with the times because in actuality, it is easier more than ever now. I'm going to tell you, easier more than ever now to connect with your audience. So write that book and make it available to reach your ideal audience on a wider scale. Where they couldn't get to you one way, they could get to you in this new era of change. They could get to you and you could get to them. Be where your ideal audience hangs out and their manner of connection. You know, a few weeks ago, I was presented with an opportunity to be a vendor at this event. And I moved quickly. Okay? Because I had everything ready to present my goods. See, be ready. Don't get in a hurry, but be ready, okay? Be ready. And if you have to get in a hurry to get ready, that's fine. But always be ready to walk into whatever opportunity that may present itself in a moment of time. Because opportunities are everywhere. And if you don't see them, you're simply not looking. You're not looking. Whatever you are desiring, it's there. Sometimes it's packaged differently. So you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention and be open-minded. 2 weeks ago, I did a Zoom meeting. I was on a Zoom meeting, okay? And I got some fresh ideas and knowledge of how to do certain things. And I immediately applied them, like I said, because I had already made these adjustments and implementations. I was able to walk right into that opportunity without stressing or hurrying to get ready or, just being stressed out, pulling out my hair. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm going to tell you, I can't wait for the date. I can't wait for the date. I'm extremely happy with my presentation because I'm not bound by any limitations. I'm not bound. And this is a different way of me presenting what I have, but oh my God, it's just amazing. And during this time, I was able to even inspire a young lady who is going through some self-esteem issues. I gave her a snapshot of her boot and what buyers will expect from her products. Now, her products are different from mine. Mine is books. Mine is masterclasses and different things of that nature. Hers is totally different. And she began to see. Because, these are steps to get her out of that shell of self-esteem, of, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-confidence. And she's coming out. And it was just so, I was just so happy for her, And as I'm talking to her, she's coming out of her shell more and more. Thank you for joining me today. And ladies, that's what it's all about. Paying it forward to help somebody else to succeed. And that's where power is. Helping someone else to succeed. So when we talk about the short term and the long term thinking, let me ask you a few questions. When it comes to your money, think about that. When it comes to your money, do you focus on the here and now? Or do you consider the long-term picture? Thank you for joining me today. What are some things you could do to begin to focus more on your financial future? What are some of those things that you could do? As you deal with challenges, when you experience a challenge or unexpected crisis that's related to your money. What do you do? What do you do? You know, we're talking about mindset, wealthy or poor. Now, if you react with excuses, what excuses do you give? Thank you for joining me today. What excuses do you give? If you respond by rising to meet the challenges, give some examples of how you've done that in the past. Give some examples. Think about that. We're talking about mindset, wealthy or poor mindset. You remember, we are responsible for our own success. We can't blame that on anybody or anything. We can't. In the event that you want to confront financial challenges to resolve them in the future, think about the ways that you'll do that. Think about that. Finally, what can you do to change your mindset to that of knowing that you have the power to change your financial situation? What can you do? Well, there's a lot that you could do. You can make a decision that I'm going to change. I'm not going to be stuck anymore. I'm going to embrace change. I'm going to look for those opportunities. I'm going to make those adjustments. I'm going to implement those things immediately. I'm not going to sit around and wait for opportunity to come to me and not, just sit there and not do anything. I'm going to go forward. Put it this way. I'm going to go forward and I'm going to walk right into that opportunity. Because when you're moving forward, opportunity is moving with you. As you're moving forward, it's coming right to you. But if you're just sitting back and you sitting down on the sidelines, it may come, it may pass you by, and you'll never see it. But when you start moving, that's when things come to you. That's when things come to you. So I want you to think about what was said on this broadcast today. And really think about where you are financially. Think about all of the treasures that you have inside of you that you could write about. Think about those things. Thank you for joining me today. All of that knowledge, all of that experience, all of the talents that you have that could change the trajectory of someone else's life and at the same time change your life and build a legacy for your family. Think about that. You never run out of ideas to write about. You'll never run out of ideas. And you have to see it. You have to see yourself as being valuable. You have to see the treasures that lie within inside of you. There's so much more to you than sometimes you ever imagine. You are valuable. You are brilliance. You are brilliance. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining me today on the Aspiring Authors Lab Morning Show. And don't forget to share this broadcast out with a friend. Because you never know who may be going through whatever and they need to be uplifted. And like I said, I always love to pay it forward. And this young lady who I was talking about, I'm going to tell you, there's big things for her. And she's going to come out of this shell of being shy and having that low confidence and low self-esteem. Because I'm going to help her. And that's why you should always look for opportunities to do good and to uplift somebody each and every day. So I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time. And don't forget, always remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. So have a great rest of the day.